These are the typical non-paradigm shift, higher value, higher dollar per visit case average. Okay. Because remember, for profitability, first you want to maximize your exchange of time for money.
Yes,
Then you want to start maximizing your money per unit of time. Then you start leveraging your money and then leverage your time. That's the path to create wealth. So you're at a point, there's a few things going on with you, but you're at a point where you now need to start paying attention to increasing your dollar per visit. So when you're up at 200 visits a week by yourself, you got your front desk person, you got your back desk person, so you'd be able to, you're pretty much going to be at your high end of RPMs. In other words, you're kind of maxed out your ability of exchange of time for money.
Okay.
So what's the next level? The next level is maximize the amount of money per unit of time.
Okay.
That's when you bring in the higher value, higher dollar systems. Now, this is also when you can incrementally increase your price.
Okay.
So if you're at $40 cash, I'd go to 45. Because you're in a position of power now.
That's right. That's
Not
right.
weakness.
Right.
Okay. So you
Well,
can,
I still mentally think I'm in a position of weakness. And it's just my mentality is get them in, get them in, get them in, get them in, no matter how or what, just get them in.
I'm trying to lay the playing field.
Yeah, I got
You
you.
don't see the playing field like this, you get mixed in the chaos.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
the next step to increase your profitability is to increase your case averages.
Okay.
So one of the ways is to increase your fee a little bit. Now, if you have not, that's one way. Another way is if you're not giving the full recommendations for the 3 phases of healing, then you need to slightly start increasing your recommendations so they can get through all 3 phases of healing. Okay. That's another aspect you need to consider.
I've never recommended anything less than
Okay. Well, that's good.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just going through,
Oh, thank you. Okay, okay. I got you. I got
I'm
you. I got
going through the checklist with you.
you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
These are the steps to keep moving forward to
Okay.
increase your profitability. Okay. So let's say, you look at your fee, then look at your visit. One of the next levels is to incorporate the lifestyle patient education.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, there's 3 different types of patient retention.
Okay.
One is market forces. They just come in for symptom care.
Yeah.
2 is essentially the functional capacity or the science of the 3 phases of healing. That's them staying for their problem.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't have anything after that, they're leaving. And there is none of this BS maintenance care. That's BS. You want nothing to do with it. You know why?
Because it's gonna bite me in the ass later.
Well, why?
Well, because then, well, there's 2 things. Because um, when they take my files, if they randomly take my files and I say, why is there the care is this? It's there's nothing to base it on. There's no 3 science of healing involved with that. There's no objectives. And so if they pull that they're gonna I would assume that they would look at that as fraud.
Well, at that, excuse me, at that point, if you're billing third-party insurance carriers,
Right. Right.
you do have to have a signed agreement with the patient that the care is essentially structural maintenance care. Now, when you do that, it's not fraud, but now you're not billing the insurance company because the insurance company's not going to pay for structural maintenance care. But
Right.
that's not the reason.
Okay.
The reason you don't want to do maintenance care is only 3% of the population does maintenance care. So you got a 97% loss rate.
I see. I see.
Do you want to do a system where there's a 97% loser rate?
No, no.
You get my point?
I get your point.
It's a loser. You don't want, okay. So you don't want anything to do with this thing called maintenance care. What do you want to do? It's called lifestyle care. And what it essentially, again, you're doing educational sales, but you have to have the carrot. There's got to be a stick. There's got to be bowel markers. There's got to be evaluations and support. Sound familiar? Sound familiar?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the structure of the lifestyle care.
Okay.
Now, well, I cover that totally separate. I'm not going to cover this now.
Understand.
I cover
Understand.
the details, but that's the concept.
Yeah.
Well, what did we do with the 3 phases of healing? Carrot, stick,
Tick.
bowel markers,
Re-exam.
quantification, periodic exams, support. See? In other words, you put guardrails on it. Instead of getting chaos, you
Right,
put
that's
guardrails on your patient education and it, boom, shot right up. Okay?
I think that's huge. Yes.
Well, like you just told me, your friend
Yeah.
is, well, they don't come in when they don't feel better. I'm like, well, is he seeing an optometrist or dentist
Of course he is.
when he doesn't have problems?
Oh no.
Then why the hell does he expect them to come to him?
Right. Right.
Chiropractors.
Right.
So, but that tells you that he has no guardrails. He's getting market forces. He has no guardrails. He has no system to counter it. So he gets market forces. But anyway, back to where you're at. So we talked about fees. We talked about your visits to make sure you're fulfilling the 3 phases of healing. And then we go lifestyle. Okay. Now, that's a lot easier than you think. Why? Because they already know, like, and trust you.
Right.
I say this all the time. You will get 20% of your patients right now to pick and pay for lifestyle care. Now, what I mean by that, they come in regularly every 2 weeks. They come in and it's on automated cash payments. Okay. There's no insurance on lifestyle plans. It's just on automated cash payments. You will get 20% of your patients to pick it right now because they already know, like, and trust you. You want a quick bump up to your practice? Add the lifestyle patient education. But you can't process an extra 40 visits a week.
Yeah.
See, now you got a labor problem. Okay, so put that on hold just a second.
Okay.
That takes us to the next system. What synergistic system can you use that does not violate gateways that'll increase your dollar per visit?
Weight loss.
Yeah, weight loss is very synergistic with chiropractic. It's not a paradigm shift at all.
Right.
Matter of fact, it fits perfectly with the lifestyle system.
Yeah.
So that's one. The other one is, of course, we do personal injury.
Yep. Personal injury. Yeah.
Okay. Some people focus on a marketing program for disc. That's a higher dollar. Some people do neuropathy. That's a higher dollar. Those are the
Oh, I see what you're saying. You can put an an emphasis. Okay, personal injury is definitely the route I'm already in.
Yeah, I'm just sharing with you.
Oh,
Again,
sorry,
I'm
sorry,
going
sorry.
through the checklist.
Sorry.
Going through the checklist.
Yep.
Okay.